praise. Yeah. Huh? Hey, what's up, though? I'm just casual as usual. I wanted to chop up some samples. Actually wanted a finger drum because I've been messing with the SP and using breaks more so than anything. That's what I was doing yesterday. So yeah, I wanted to finger drum with this thing today and just chop something up and whatever, talk about something if y'all want to kick it for a second. I was gonna put a question up here for some of y'all because I know quite a few of y'all who come and visit and hang out with me also do videos. So and it was a topic of what I brought up yesterday and the reason why I'm just doing overhead. Okay. So there's the question. I'll just leave it up there. Maybe some of y'all don't really even think about it, but it's just something that you do. But anyways. And I also started writing myself like I'm making my own little list of features I think the SP could use to make it like great. It's already fun and good as is, but some things I think that would make it great. So I'm just making my own list. I've participated in the past in making a list together as a group with some people over on FB, and that was submitted, and I think some other things made its way, like the one thing that I wanted at that time was the ability to name samples, and I'm super happy that exists now, for sure. And being able to like name projects and stuff, and then back those up, and then you can like reload them. It helps a lot for like loading up project templates, which you can use as a workaround for loading up drum kits. So if I wanted to save just this little bank of drums, you're not just saving a bank, you're saving the whole project. But if you just wanted to put just these sounds on a bank and then name that, you know, and then save that, reload it, import it back in, use it as a kind of pseudo template starting point. So that was definitely helpful that they included the renaming, because that makes it so much easier to do that, versus if you had before, it was like when you exported something like a sample or a project, it would just be exported with a default name, you know, like Project 01 and stuff. And then if you wanted to clear out and then use Project 1 again and then create a new project and save that, then it would just I guess override the previous one that you did. So very helpful to have that. But I'm making my own list of things I think would be super cool. Probably big ass, probably wishful thinking. But I'm making it. It's coming together pretty quick. I've got like about 7 things that I'm asking for. Never hurts to ask, you know. Closed mouths won't get fed. So who knows? I think it's more likely that the SP is added to. Just my opinion. I don't know. We just with the last update where all they did was create like a gave it the ability to interact with some other piece of software. I don't know. It makes me less hopeful that they're, and from an article that I read, I feel like they want to keep it pretty limited, but I think it still could be fantastic and have the same kind of workflow if they added some of the things that I'm asking for. Najee Harrison, what's good, brother? How you feeling today? So I was just messing around, chopping stuff. I feel like there's a scratch on that. Oh, that's good. Stefano, what's up, man? Got your 404 a couple weeks ago and you taught me a lot. Thank you, man. Love from Italy. That's what's up, man. Yeah, I appreciate the good words. Glad I could help, and that's cool, man. I bet you're excited. And I bet you're excited to have the SP, man. I was super excited when it came out, because I spent probably like over 2 years. I think this was the best piece of gas or a show of willpower when it came to getting like the original, actually the 404A, the 404A. All right, we'll go in a little bit. You need to put a shirt on though.
Okay. But not a long sleeve.
No, just a t-shirt. I took like 2 years. Like I learned all about the SP before I ended up buying the SP 404A, and that was probably the longest time I really held out on buying a product after gassing for it. But I bought that for a while. I liked it, and it was missing quite a few things that this actually introduced, like some of the abilities, like you can sample into it while playing a sequence. Like that was not something you could do. Like I had like an external metronome, and what you could do with the SP404, like the SX or the A or the OG one, is you could hear the input and play a sequence and then like come up with a part. You could practice it, but once you hit record, the pattern would stop. And so the workaround was having an external metronome and just playing to a metronome and then syncing it up. So this obviously is a leap forward and a lot more powerful in just that, you know. But I guess it's human nature to never be happy. Like at this point, should be happy with what this is. But I still have things I would like to see in it, you know. So that's crazy. But it is what it is, you know. So What up, B Jammin'? How you doing? World needs a hero. I've been streaming every day for the past month. I've yet to show myself though. Okay, yeah, for sure. See, like, I know quite a few of you here. I don't know if I've seen one of your streams or one of your videos, bro. So I have to make my way over there. See if I can find your, go to your channel from here. Oh, I'm not even subbed up. My bad. So that's why I have not seen anything. But that's dope that you're doing every day. That's wild. Like that was a goal of mine in the past, and I think I did like 5 days in a row and then just gave up. But it's all good. But yeah, man, that's a question I have for a few of you. Be jamming, Crazy Wabbit, SimCity, Big World. Like all of you do videos and streams and stuff, but you'll never show your faces. So I don't know if it's something you really even think about too hard. It's just something I think about, I guess. Maybe you just don't even care to be seen. Maybe it's whatever, you're neutral, doesn't matter. Maybe you just don't want to be bothered to have another camera and all that. Maybe you're not an attention seeker, really, where you care to be seen like that. Whatever. If it's just whatever, then just say whatever. But or just don't even bother. I don't care about what a person looks like. Plus, you can see me in my thumbnail if you feel that it's important. Does your thumbnail show you? For real? I never really looked hard at your thumbnail. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see. Oh, shit. I never really noticed. I never really looked at that. Wow. Because it was like, you know, artistic, whatever. It's like, that's cool. Yeah. Good to see you, brother. I never really noticed. But yeah, okay. So yeah, if you guys want to answer that, if not, whatever, it doesn't matter. All right, let me just sequence this. 79. I just like playing around. I talked about you. You motivated me to show my minimalistic setup on stream. That's what's up, bro. I want to check that out, man. I'm kind of obsessed with the minimalism concept and idea right now, so that's cool. Yeah, your thumbnail's you in space for sure. It's my head space. I get it. That's cool. I like that. I love a good pun, a good wordplay for sure. That's dope. Yeah. Anyone else out there do videos? Soulful and Nice Productions. What's good? I appreciate you. Yeah, so I'm gonna be on here for like probably another 10-15 minutes. I think I was waiting for my phone to charge up, and I see it's overheating already. Crazy. I didn't even overheat yesterday at all. I completely forgot about putting this fan on here, or even taking my phone out the case. I usually take it out because I've got like a magnet stickied onto it, and then I put the little fan on there like that. Completely didn't even think about it yesterday, and I didn't have no issues. My phone's already overheating at 85%. So that's different. Yeah, so I was waiting for my phone to charge, but I gotta go, get the kids. They're back in school and all that, so I usually like to leave a little early so I can chill out in the parking lot and do something on the phone or something. Either like work on editing a video, or I got a song. I just listened to my latest song on a little tiny Bluetooth speaker, and it sounded terrible, so I gotta go back maybe and do a little bit of. It didn't sound too terrible, but it definitely didn't sound professional. And it sounded like the sample that I had in there was like drowning out. All I could hear was the bass drums in my vocal, so I need to fix that. Yeah, I'm doing all right, chilling right now, going through a period of trying to switch things up a little bit, try to switch up my headspace a little bit, be jamming, and kind of minimalizing my gear, but not just my gear, but my YouTube, like my video and live stream studio gear. So I took some of that out of this equation. So you can see I don't have like the side view camera. I put that all away for now. When I was putting it up, I was like, I'm gonna sell this, but my mind changes so much that I think maybe I'll just set it aside for a minute. It seems to be the better idea. And the same way when it comes to my gear, like, because I've sold this. I mentioned that before. I've sold this a few times. But I go kind of back and forth between this and the MPC as my main two pieces of interest. And I had this up for like 3-4 months and didn't really have too much interest in using it. But, I told myself I'm going to hold on to it because I also want to see what they do with this thing if they actually add some more stuff, because its potential is kind of wild. Like, I really feel like they have done some good updates, and I haven't seen, like, besides the MPC, like Akai has done wild upgrades, feature updates since its like release. Like when I first MPC live versus what MPCs are now, it's a night and day type of stuff. And this next to it, I think, as far as gear that I've used, like this has a lot of additions since it also was released. So I feel like it's capable, but I also feel like they want to keep it at a certain level. But yeah, so I'm working on my little list. I'm gonna type it up. I'm gonna share it with y'all, probably in a community post or somewhere you can download it, look at it, because I'm kind of curious what you'll have to say about it. And I'll probably do a stream talking about them a little bit. I'll try to prepare that one a little bit because I've been wanting to pull out like my Lo-Fi 12 XT and kind of show, for those of you who haven't seen that, but like the chopping on that, because I always bring this one up, is the chopping on that I feel like is better than this. At this point in time, like a sampler should have non-destructive chopping. This doesn't. Like B Jammin was saying yesterday, the P6, which is I guess slightly newer than the Roland, has non-destructive chopping. Just about every, I think, sampler that I've used has non-destructive chopping. Have you used the microcosm or chroma console? I have not. I'm not sure what the microcosm looks like, but I do have in mind a picture of the chroma console. I think I've seen that quite a few places. But no, B Jammin probably has. I know he's into pedals big time. My work has been super busy, so my video making and streaming has been really slow over the past 3 weeks. Yeah, seasons, man. That's all good. Like, that's one of the things too I'm trying to change my headspace about is not really making this a super priority, just so I can make other things that I think require more attention a priority. So I don't know how you feel about that, making a statement like that. if you're hard on yourself. But I've been very hard on myself when it comes to stuff like that. Although I've chilled out quite a bit, but I want this to be more casual. Although I'll still be working towards doing stuff, whether it's videos and songs and stuff. It's more about my headspace. So it might look the same other than me just doing an overhead. What I'm doing might look kind of similar to what I'm doing, but in my head, kind of adjusting. You know what I mean? My minimal setup looks nice. Appreciate it. It's slow. Summer is that slow time for me. Soulful, nice. Let me see if I'm not subscribed. I'm gonna subscribe, bro. My bad. I usually subscribe to most of y'all when you drop in here. If you're doing stuff, so. Oh, you are a woman. I'm sorry to single you out like that, but it's rare. Like I look at my my analytics, and the majority of my viewers are like something like 99% or more male. And you do show your face, so that's how I figured that one out. So cool, right? Cool. Looks like you got quite a bit of content and some interesting topics, so I'll be checking that out. Oh, you play the ukulele? I've been thinking about learning how to play the ukulele. According to my daughters, like my youngest baby, who's only a couple months old, she's randomly made some noises and sounds that sound like ukulele daddy. And they said she said it like 2-3 times. I'm like, if she says that again and I hear it, then I'm definitely gonna go pick up a ukulele and learn how to play. I feel like I could definitely benefit from playing an instrument that actually vibrates. You know, it could be something good for me to do. Or I should just take some what you call it, vocal lessons or something. Use the chroma console with your synths. Okay. So how do you have that, like the signal flow on that? You have your synths go into that, and then the chroma console go out into like an MPC or SP or.
Daddy, I can't find a shirt.
You can't find a shirt? All right. I'll be back.
My hands full.
I don't like repeating the same type of videos. What do you mean? Yeah, lady, I'm just a producer, composer, musician out here supporting other producers, composers, and musicians. That's what's up. It's cool. I would love a chroma console, but that price don't move me. What is it, like 500 or so? Or my sense into the console and into the audio interface. Also not interested in editing videos. What do you shoot your videos on, man? Do you use a phone or do you use like a camera? I mean, I think it would. People like, I think, concise videos. I don't know. YouTube's always changing. I've been seeing videos lately where they're like the people are saying that the algorithm prefers more raw videos now and thumbnails that aren't like super edited up and all that, just like a still photo from the frame. So I don't know, man. YouTube's always changing, or what they're saying is always changing. You know, like, I've always heard before that, you know, concise videos is what people appreciate. That's why like the live streams don't get as much viewership and all that. But I don't know, my stuff's been kind of even lately. My viewership's been down regardless. I don't know if it's what it is, if it's the algorithm or just because I've changed what I've been doing a little bit or what. But yeah, for me, like the way that I shoot a video though, if I'm making a video, I create an outline and it's really just kind of bullet pointed, you know, not really, it's not scripted, but it's bullet pointed. And every bullet point I will talk about that and I'll hit record and talk about it and stop it. So I end up not having to do much editing because it's pretty much the whole clip. And then I'll have like 8 to 10 of those. And then I'll just drop those in the editor on the phone. And then really just have to clean up the ends of them. And then oftentimes I'll chop them up, just even if they don't need an edit, so that I can do like this, where you have like the zoom in, or you have it, you know, slowly moving in, just to add some movement to the video. So I'll create the chops to be able to do that. But I'll usually get each little bullet point in one take. And it won't require much, unless I guess I'm saying quite a bit, or I slip up and stutter or something. And if I do that in the moment, I know to kind of just stop and then re-say what I'm doing, so that I can just chop out the little part that I messed up, so it could be clear and get across what it is I'm trying to say. So the editing isn't really too bad when you bullet point it like that, you know. But I feel you. Sometimes, yeah, I kind of dread the idea. Microcosm, got a texture lab, granular synthesis. If I make a video about a subject, I don't want to keep making the same type of videos. Yeah, I feel you. I mean, some people bank off of that, you know. I've been pretty compelled by how people do that, you know, where it seems like their video title is the same video and they still get a bunch of viewership. And I mean, if I could do like NPC songwriting workflow, and that's my title for every video, and then it hits every time, I'd be happy. Okay, use your iPhone 15. Good. That's what's up. Beats by Alonzo. What's up, man? Eventide H90. Yeah, I don't know much about consoles like that, or pedals and all that. Using the Chroma console as a preamp. So OG YouTube is back in style like baggy jeans. Yeah, like those Jinko jeans. You must be an 80s or 90s baby. I mean, I still wear, I don't wear super tight jeans. I never went into the skinny jeans, but when I was in like high school, I was wearing, you know, baggy stuff and sagging my pants and all that. Definitely don't do that now, but I guess my pants have gotten a little tighter, but not super tight. I embrace the human and mistakes in videos. It's something that connects us. There you go. Yeah, so that's what I'm hearing. Like YouTube is promoting more now, or it's what the algorithm is liking more now. And I guess my theory would be probably because the advent of artificial intelligence, where people just don't trust what they see now, and they just assume, oh, that's AI. So they do want to see something that's more real. It's something I actually had thought about a couple years ago. I made this Facebook post. I wanted to turn it into a video. Back when I was kind of I had the idea of doing more like what's it called, motivational mindset type of videos, and I just kind of slept on that. I've been hesitating for a long time, but yeah, I would kind of have predicted that in a way. If I can find that, maybe I'll do a stream topic just on that, where pretty much like, if you're like your content that's going to be pushed out and appreciated in the future is going to be content that has the human error and mistake in it, because when it comes to artificial intelligence, you just really get the end result of things. Like if it's a piece of music or like a picture, oftentimes when you see something online, you just see the end result. You don't see the growth or the human error and mistakes and all that. So like, it's good to maybe lean into some of those things and show your work. I think that was the idea back then. There was an analogy I had to like doing math homework or math schoolwork, where you'd have to show your work, and so you could see your errors and see that you actually did this, and it wasn't like you cheating and using just a calculator and giving an answer kind of thing. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's where we're going. AI. Well, I mean, if you ever use AI does make mistakes, but it's yeah, that way it does. I got this up here. Let's see. Let me find what key this is in. What the heck? That's, I'm looking at this MVAV keyboard and I'm in scale mode, and I never noticed that I don't see this doesn't have sharps or flats in the scales. Am I tripping? Like what? That's not a minor omission. It's not gonna work. Let me put a sample in. sample of bass in here. I got contact feeding into the SP, so I'm gonna open up. Just installed the Scarby pre-bass. a bass on that sample. Oh, it's gonna clash with. I gotta go, ladies and gents. Be careful, the YouTube bots are looking at vid names and don't know the difference. I'm not sure what you mean. My take on my live stream is I'm already going to jam and produce music, so just throw a camera in the mix and let the world in on my process. Simple. Yeah, exactly. That's pretty much what's going on here, you know? I think the same way. What's going on? Demonetization. Why are you fighting demonetization? That's wild. I have never gotten close to that, and I used to be afraid of using samples like I might be demonetized. Well, you're talking about demonetization like altogether? Because I've had, like, yesterday's stream got demonetized. It says, I'll get if I use a sample, I might not get demonetized today because my sample's already sped up and chopped. Usually when I do that, I'll usually get away with it. But if I go in and I'm doing a sample listening session or hunting session, like yesterday where I got sample.io on, and I'm searching through samples, yeah, most definitely I'm going to get that video demonetized, but that's not my whole channel. And it's not even it's not a copyright strike. It's I don't know if maybe I can pull up the email and read to you what it's called, yeah, okay, it's yeah, so like right here, it's a video cannot be monetized and it's blocked in some territories. So I'll usually get this. Sometimes I'll get like a sharing revenue thing, which is kind of cool that, whoever put a claim on it allowed to share, whatever. Some people though, I've heard, I don't know if it was MKII, where I seen a video, he was saying like he thinks it's wild that even if you just have like a sample in there, that demonetizing a whole video is kind of it's messed up. I never really pictured it that way because I've always just looked at, okay, if I'm using a sample. But yeah, I mean, I think there's something to that, because if I have a whole video, I'm doing a whole live stream where the content is it's me, it's really about me talking and just chilling and stuff, and then I have a sample in there. I don't know, I might have to really kind of think about that one. But yeah, so completely lost on any monetization on yesterday's stream, and that happens frequently when when I'm doing streams while I'm sampling stuff. I think with titles of videos, you have to find a way to make it relate and be simple. Yeah. Sometimes if you overthink the title, it can come off like it's a bit misleading. Yeah, I feel you. Everything always comes back. We just wait 10 years. Skinny jeans blew back to 2035. 80s hip hop boom bap came back. Yeah, that's how I think too, man. Everything when it comes to like fashion and trends and music and stuff, it's all like seems to be kind of cyclical. Maybe because there's no new ideas. There's nothing new under the sun. So everything just kind of goes through a process of recycling, reinvention, like, repurposing kind of. Appreciate it, Lonza, anti-war hero. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for coming in and giving me the drum emojis and the fire emojis. Still use I stole these hats pack. That's what's up, man. I've been starting to build a new pack because my finger drummer layout has changed. So the I stole these hats is different, where you know, I have like a roll here. I don't have a roll in the situation, but my new MPC kits, I talked about this in the stream, has a snare here, and then I put the roll like on a velocity, so it's like if I press the pad lightly, I'll get the little roll, which is cool. But the reason I did that because now I like to use the toms right there. So that's cool you're using that pack, but I'm kind of like trying to, I guess, evolve the finger drumming in a bit where I include more sounds. And then I still like to have that just 8 here so that I can chop up here, and if I want to like still play around and do the chop or the loop triggering, I could do that. But yeah, if I'm ever gonna include any more sounds than this, then I'm eventually probably gonna have to, I don't know, at one point take up the whole 16 pad for a finger drumming thing. Make that bass move. How'd I do? I don't know. Kind of sounds out of key a little bit to me. Ukulele is as easy as they say it is to learn. I was surprised. Someone recommended I learn ukulele to help me with guitar. It's something easy for your daughter and anyone to learn. Yeah, that's interesting. I was in the Guitar Center the other day, though, and I was asking about the ukulele, and the employee there was actually saying most people think it's easier to learn because it's, I guess, smaller or whatever, but he was saying it was about the same kind of effort or process of trying to learn that and the guitar. So Ali Star, hello there. What's up, brother? All right, be jamming. Peace. Have a great day. I'm about to head out anyways. Yeah, I'm about to head out, Ali Star. Late again. You know, these are kind of random, so I can't guarantee anything. All right, peace, Lonza. They took your entire page off. Sometimes I get the split revenue. I don't get no strikes for this. No. You didn't get any strikes either? What was the reason? Stru Life was good. Thanks for dropping in, man. I'm about to head out, though. I got to go pick the kids up. Guitar isn't complicated. I feel piano is more complicated than guitar. I don't know. Well, yeah. I guess they each their own. Everyone's going to have their natural inclinations. For me, the guitar seems more complicated because of, you know, the finger placement and all that. And it's kind of awkward and uncomfortable. You had to get past that learning how to do that. But I would think learning the ukulele would be a little bit easier for, you know, the finger placement because it's just a smaller fretboard, you know. Original content Rios. Specifically, what does that mean? What kind of content? I'm assuming that's the way they worded it in the email. Is this something from earlier today? Yeah. Draw black keys on a guitar and then it makes weird sense. Really? Oh, I'd like to see that. See what that would look like. As a pianist, guitar has been a challenge for me, but I really want to figure it out. I think for me, maybe it's just learning any instrument in general is difficult because of, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's my attention span. Maybe just like just a regular human nature type of thing where it's like instant gratification. So I never learned to play the piano, really. I just touched the keys, and I've always had a keyboard next to my MPC, and the MPC's been my choice. And yeah, I think maybe it's just that it's more gratifying for me to be able to pull samples from any kind of instrument than have dedicated my time to learning how to play a single instrument, maybe. But now that my music is so simple, I think it might be cool to just have, I don't know, Guess I like a variety of sound. Thinking using the shorts flagged me because I was getting 40K views. One thing I feel challenged by is playing chords and melody at the same time on guitar. I can do it, but it's still the most challenging. Still lurking, hoping to see the Lo-Fi 12XT or sample check since you pulling out gear. It might come out soon, but it might just be in the context of comparing it to the SP. I mean, I think the Lo-Fi 12XT is, if it's the only thing you got, man, it's a great piece. It is. There's something I don't really like about the Sonicwares, and just the way it's kind of a strength and then also a weakness. The fact that it does like this disc streaming type of thing, like the sample track, but the way that it has to save. I think this is all just an OCD thing. The way that it saves samples before you're able to use them. So like when you go to record something through the sampler, you have to name it, or it just saves it automatically with a name, and then it's in a folder. It creates a folder for the project, and then it's sitting there. Like I like to be able to sample stuff, try it out. If I don't like it, delete it real easy, and it doesn't leave any trace of its history in the sampler. So like with the lo-fi and the sample track, like if you record something, it saves it, or you can name it, and then it's in there. And then if you don't want to use it, then you got to go and clear out your browser, and sometimes that requires you to plug into a computer. And I know that's like a goofy, like an OCD kind of thing, but I just don't like it. And I don't like the fact that I can't, test out the sample before I decide to save it and name it and all that. Because if I do want it to be neatly organized and have a name, then I got to take the time to name it. But then if I take the time to name it and then I don't end up using it, then it's saved in there, and I don't want it in there. Sounds dumb, I know, but it's kind of one of the main things. The sequencing on it, though, is really good. If I could squish two machines together, it would be the Lo-Fi 12XT and this. Like if I could get the sequencer and the chopping from the Lo-Fi 12XT put into this, then I'd be pretty happy. And then your Lo-Fi 12XT does have stuff like side chaining, and then it has like effects per track. Technically, each pad is a track. But all right, let me read this chat real quick, and then probably won't be able to answer the questions or address. Only thing I feel challenged playing chorus. I would have seen sounds of. Started your DJ journey today. Congrats, that's cool, man. Like to hear more about these things later. Like Lonzo, I'd like to hear about what's going on with your thing a little bit later. I'd like to hear about the DJing stuff a little bit later in another stream. If you guys could pop in a little bit earlier, if the timing's right. Jeremiah, is it Jeremiah? Ciao. Is that double as like hello and goodbye? It's actually where like my family's from, like my relatives are from Costa Rica, and I often hear them when like visited over there. They say ciao when they say goodbye. And they say allo when they're saying hello. 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 Yeah, it's their only frame of reference. Was never really used anything else besides Reason back in the day. Yeah, but the Lo-Fi 12XT will probably come out most certainly in the next month or so. So, but yeah, I'm gonna head out. I gotta get going. Appreciate y'all for kicking it with me. Take care. God bless. All right. Peace.